Hey, everybody, and welcome. I am Mr. Music, and today I am going to be doing an album ranking for Black Sabbath, the Ozzy Osbourne albums. I will be talking about all nine of these albums, and I will rank them in order of my preference and opinion. Just remember, there really are no really bad albums listed here. I all like them, but of course, there has to be some albums on the bottom. So, anyway, after you watch the video, submit your comments and let me know what your rankings are as well. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification button to get notified when new videos happen. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I'm starting off with the album 13, which was released in 2013. This was the reunion album of all the original Black Sabbath members except for Bill Ward. Um, I'll be honest, it took a while for me to really get into this video, or not video, but sorry, album. I didn't really like it at first, but then as I've been listening to it more lately, it's not too bad. But I still have to put it at the bottom. Um, it starts off really promising with the song "End of the Beginning," very doomy, very Black Sabbathy. I really enjoy that. Okay, all right, coming in next is going to be Never Say Die. Now, this album is much maligned. It's usually at the bottom of a lot of people's lists. I find it actually pretty good. And it's interesting because of the recent Back to the Beginning concert a couple of weeks ago. A lot of bands, they played a couple of songs from this album. I believe Johnny Blade and Junior's Eyes were two songs that were played. Um, this came out in 1978, and I'll be honest, one of the songs, and I know I'm going to probably get some flack for this, but I actually like Air Dance. It's interesting, and I like the little instrumental part that comes later in the song. It's just very catchy to me, anyway. Next on the list is Technical Ecstasy. Okay, so not too bad. I think, but with Never Say Die and Technical Ecstasy, both these albums are really unfairly treated in the Black Sabbath catalog. I do believe they have several good tracks on them. This was released in 1976, and the track I'm picking off this release is "You Won't Change Me." Okay, next is Sabotage. Sabotage, excellent album, a lot of good tracks. Um, I love the first track on there, A Hole in the Sky. But I think I have to say my favorite one is Megalomania. I believe that's how you pronounce it. In this case, this came out in 1975. Okay, next on the list is Volume 4. And I love the way this album begins, very doomy. This was released in 1972. Wheels of Confusion, The Straightener slash The Straightener. Good tracks, good tracks. Really enjoy that. Next on the list is Sabbath Bloody Sabbath from 1973. Now it's interesting because the first time I ever heard of this album is when Black Sabbath appeared at California Jam, and I believe that this album had just been released, and they were playing songs from it. Great stuff. Of course, the title track, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Killing Yourself to Live is an excellent song. I actually enjoy listening to Who Are You? I like the synthesizers in that song. Excellent stuff. Okay, next we have Master of Reality, and this is from 1971. Um, Pretty great album. Of course, that this album contains tracks such as the let's see. Oh yeah, it's got Sweet Leaf on there, and Children of the Grave. I love the Children of the Grave. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, really love this song. The song I really enjoy, one of my favorites, is After Forever. And what's interesting, just a note on this particular song, this song actually was covered by Christian rock band Striper when Striper did a covers album, and actually did a pretty decent cover of that song. But of course, the original and the best, Black Sabbath. Okay, and then we have Paranoid from 1970. This actually, yeah, Black Sabbath's second album. Of course, it contains the classic tracks Iron Man, and of course Paranoid. Great stuff, absolutely terrific. Hand of Doom. It's got a great instrumental track on this album called Rat Salad, where Bill Ward does a little bit of a drum solo. Really interesting, very good stuff to listen to. All right, but the album that actually is my favorite, and that's why I'm ranking it as the number one for me anyway, is from 1970, the first Black Sabbath album. Now, when I first heard the band Black Sabbath, I had gotten for Christmas a compilation album. It was a double album. We sold our souls for rock and roll. And the first track on there was the title Black Sabbath. I mean, what better way to usher in a band than with that particular song? I mean, it's just like, it's so doomy. And I love the rain at the beginning, then the thunder, and it just comes and goes boom, 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 and then Ozzy with this, "What is this that stands before me?" Oh, Amata, that is so evil, so sinister, but it's such a great track. One of the best lead off tracks of any heavy metal hard rock album ever. The song that I like, and it was hard to pick because there are a lot of great songs. Of course, The Wizard is on this particular album. So is NIB. Um, I love the last track at the very end of the album. It's a long track. Has a really excellent guitar solo by Tony Iommi, called "The Warning." Really good. But I think this particular time I'm going to pick Wicked World. I love that. And I love the little bom, bom, bom. I love the beginning of that. Great stuff. All right. So that is it for my ranking for the Black Sabbath Ozzy Osbourne albums. Don't forget, love to see your opinions in the comments. I most likely will probably be doing some more rankings. Probably the remainder of the Black Sabbath catalog I will rank. I just have to get myself more familiarized with the Tony Martin era and some of their stuff. But anyway, I look forward to making more videos for you guys. Hope you enjoy this, and guys, take care and rock on.